Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michelle, mom of 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. So I know that December can feel chaotic and busy, but that doesn't mean that you also cannot be intentional and meaningful. So in this episode, I'm going to be here to help guide you to set an intention for December, this month. So as you guys are listening to this episode, I'm going to give you guys different things to think about. And I want you to come up with an intention for yourself. And then I'm going to have a post in my Facebook group today. My Facebook group is Healthy Beyond 40. And you can share what your intention is in the group, because it can be powerful when we put our words on paper and also when we share them with other people. So there's going to be a link in the description where you guys can find my Facebook group if you're not already in it. And I want you guys to share in there what your intention is for December, not only for yourself, but to encourage and inspire others in the group too. So remember, as always, take away from this episode what you need to do. You don't have to do everything I mention, but hopefully it will spark some ideas in your mind and help you to get clear on what you need your intention to be for this year, for just this month. And remember, there's a difference between an intention and a resolution. So an intention focuses on something we want to do, be, or feel. A resolution is more about being more rigid and sometimes trying to get rid of things. So we want to have an intention that we're working towards, but it doesn't have to be an all or nothing. So a lot of times in December, we're having lots of holidays, lots of parties, gatherings, celebration, and that can often mean extra stress. So when we have an intention, it can keep us connected to what we truly want for ourselves. Maybe that's joy, calm, balance, and it can really help us to stay aligned with our goals for our health and well-being. And by being intentional, we're more likely to make choices that reflect who we want to become, rather just reacting to what's happening around us. And it really helps us to avoid some of those holiday pitfalls of overeating, skipping the self-care, and letting stress overwhelm us. So one thing I want you to think about is the idea of choosing something for that person you want to become. Because typically we have a goal or something because we're wanting to get something else. And I want you to think about that person that I want to be. Maybe that's someone who is working out, who's stronger, who's eating healthier, choosing those salads over the hamburger and fries when they go out to eat. Think about who that person is and what habits they have and what they're choosing. For example, if the goal is to be someone who cares about their body and energy, maybe that person is choosing habits that prioritize sleep, that adds movement first thing in the day, and makes some mindful portion control choices at dinner time. So sometimes if we're thinking that future self, it can help us backtrack and think, what are those steps to get there? And I really love helping clients go through this process and envisioning their future self and then backtracking and figuring out how we can make this work for them. So if that's you guys and you are feeling stuck, I encourage you to set up a free call with me. There will be a link down below, and we can just get to know each other, go over your goals and struggles, see if we can figure out what that ultimate goal is for you and what that looks like, and how in your life right now can you start to make steps towards that. So if that's you guys, don't put it off. It's a no pressure call. And it will give you an opportunity to see what coaching is like and to see what it's like working with me. So if we're envisioning this future self, I want you to ask yourself, what habits does she have? What choices does she make? How does she feel? And this is going to help to make it more meaningful and natural. And then have a way to remind yourself of this identity or goal that you are working towards. Maybe that's a sticky note on a mirror. Maybe it's a daily affirmation. Maybe it is just repeating this to yourself in the morning. And the next thing I want to talk about is letting go of what no longer serves you. So recently I was doing a lot of decluttering in my house. And you notice when you start to declutter, there just feels like a relief. There feels a freedom of just letting go of things that don't add value. Like my husband's in the military, so we have moved quite a bit. And there's literally been things that we have held on to for over 15 years that we haven't used, but we think we might. But it's actually very freeing if you can be in the right mindset and be able to let things go that you don't need anymore. So just like with decluttering a space, sometimes we have food habits or even beliefs about ourselves that we're holding onto that really just don't serve us anymore. So just as we can let go of clothes that don't fit us anymore, we can let go of beliefs that don't serve us for that person we want to become. So maybe you have the thought, I can't enjoy the holidays without overeating. Is that thought really serving you? Is that thought even 100% true? Sometimes we're holding on to these things that we need to let go of. And sometimes we're not even aware of thoughts like that. So it can be helpful to know what some of those thoughts are, because those thoughts can rule our emotions and our actions. So we can start to choose the thoughts, the habits, and the actions that support our goals. And we can start to let those other things go. We can start to tell ourselves the truth of what really is. And then we have more space for letting these healthy habits in and for feeling aligned and feeling that we're in alignment with our intentions that we have for ourselves. So now that we have a little bit more understanding of the mindset piece behind our intention, I'm just going to give some very practical ideas for intentions that you can have for yourself this month. And so maybe it'll be one of these, maybe it's going to be something different. But remember, it's better if you just focus on one or two things. So it might be to get a daily workout. So whether that's movement or exercise, and remember, I consider exercise something where your muscles are burning or your heart rate is up really high. And then we have that movement where we're getting our 10,000 steps or we're walking in. Maybe you could have an intention, something like you're going to eat non-starchy veggies every day. Because we know that the veggies are going to give you nutrients you need. They're going to give you fiber. They're going to help you fill up. They can help your hormone function. Maybe you're going to focus on eating protein with every meal because you know that makes you feel more satisfied. It helps your metabolism. And it also helps you from overeating carbohydrates. Maybe you're going to drink half your body weight in ounces every day. Because again, when we're drinking enough water, we're having energy, we're feeling fuller. And really, I think water is one of those things with some of my clients will work on first, and they notice such a difference in their energy level and how they're feeling from really something that seems so simple, just hydrating and drinking enough water. Maybe you want to have an intention to have a morning, evening, or both, like de-stress routine, because maybe you actually need to work on your stress levels first before you work on a practical health thing like nutrition or exercise. I typically have a morning and evening de-stress routine for myself. And also remember that as you're building habits, you have to have a starting place. So you have to start somewhere. So you guys probably won't have all the habits that I have now because I've been working on these for years and years and years. Maybe your intention is going to be about saying no to the unnecessary things. Maybe your intention is something about just sitting down with your child or husband every day and looking them in the eyes and just having a really good conversation. Maybe your intention is going to be about having a time of prayer and meditation every day. So I want you guys to think for yourself. What is that intention you need for yourself, for this month, for right now? And share that in the Facebook group, Healthy Beyond 40. And if you have an intention you want to do, but you're feeling like, I don't know if I can do that, create a post in the Facebook group, and I would be happy to help you sort of brainstorm how you can make that work. Because sometimes we have blocks or we can't think of something and how to implement it, so then we end up not doing anything. So if that's you, make a post in the Facebook group. Also encourage you, if it really does feel out of reach, how can you scale it back and make it more practical? So maybe like half your body weight in ounces just seems like way too much. Maybe you can start with a fourth, or maybe you just start with 2 or 3 water bottles full of water. So sometimes we need to scale it back too, even though it isn't quite what we want, but it's going to get us closer to what we want. And being able to take action is more important than being overwhelmed and not doing anything. All right, friends, so don't be shy. Check out my Facebook group and share in there. And also, if you guys aren't on my email list, I'm going to have a link down below where you guys can join. I usually try to send out a weekly email. Some weeks I send free yoga videos, or I'll let you know about specials I have going on or giveaways. Just a little hint, next week there is going to be a giveaway coming up. So if you guys want to get in the loop, make sure you guys check the link in the description and join my email list. All right, friends, let's set that intention for December and get healthy together.